Iced tea is sugar and water and ice. So for the people that in the north that don't know what that is, it's iced tea. Try it. It's good. All right, today's video is about what is YouTube, how do you become YouTube famous, and all that kind of stuff. It's not complicated, it's not difficult, it's not hard, even though millions of people try to do it all the time and don't succeed. And you're probably wondering, hey man, this guy's only got like 6 views on his last video. What is he talking about? I've got another channel, actually, I've got 2 or 3 channels. Um, and so I'm just trying something a little bit different with this channel, something a little bit basic and easy vlog style that I haven't done on my other channels. But yeah, no, I've done this before. All right. So basically, YouTube is a giant advertisement machine, and their whole job is to sell advertisements. And the way they do that is by putting up content from creators that keep the viewer engaged and watching constantly. So, what do you need to do to get some of that YouTube money? Number one is to have an idea. And if I was really good at editing or wanted to do the editing, I'd put like right here, caption number one idea, but I'm not going to do that. Number two would be to be entertaining. There's a couple of ways to do that. You can do what's called retention editing or various editing techniques. You can do cool camera movements and slide transitions and put up graphics and all kinds of stuff like that. Or you can just have the personality, which is what we're doing here. This is the whole building the personality thing. Like I said, I've got other channels where I do the whole graphics and editing and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to be doing just the personality building on this one. So now that you have a good idea and you have some way to keep people involved and watching your content, the next step is to basically have a title and thumbnail. Now, I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that are telling you that you need to think of the title and thumbnail first, and that's true. You do need to think of the title and thumbnail first and build your content around that. But to be honest, from my experience, you can have the best title and thumbnail in the world. And unfortunately, once people click on it, they're going to leave in the first like 10, 15 seconds if you don't have the content to back it up. And that's why I say content is king, as a lot of people preach. So it's great that you can make a good title and thumbnail, and you should be able to do that. But if you don't have the content to back up that title and thumbnail, it's not going to go anywhere. The way basically YouTube works as far as the algorithm goes is obviously you need to be able to get people to click on your stuff, and they're not going to watch your stuff if they don't click on it. So that's why so many people preach the whole title and thumbnail thing. Sweet tea. So that's why people preach the whole title and thumbnail thing. I'm going to smoke a cigarette. So if that's not really your thing, then I guess I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it. All right. So let's say you have a really good idea and you have the entertainment value to back it up. But you need to consider the fact that there's probably another couple hundred people that are doing the exact same thing as you. So you need to set yourself apart and be different, or else you're going to be competing for the views that everybody else has in that niche. What is niche? It's a specific topic or the type of content that you're putting out. For example, it might be the gaming thing is a big thing. Might be sports predictions or vlogging like this one, or it might be YouTube creator advice. These topics are called niches. And to a certain extent, the more zeroed down you get on a specific topic, let's just say it's computer software. If you go into computer software and then specifically type in Microsoft Excel, then you're starting to get to a point where fewer people, there's fewer competition for you in the Microsoft Excel space. So, and computer stuff is boring, so I'm going to stop talking about that. So basically just find your topic or niche that's not saturated and get into that. Long story short. All right, so you found yourself a niche and it's not saturated. You got yourself a good idea and you got yourself a means of communicating and being entertaining. So then you have a title and thumbnail that catches people's attention. And the next step is basically that's it. That's it. I just simplified it for you right there. Niche down into a specific niche and find something to talk about and be entertaining while you do it, and then have a good title and thumbnail. It's really that simple. Eventually, if you have the title and thumbnail that will get clicks and you are entertaining or have the entertaining enough video that people will actually watch it, the algorithm will see that and they'll promote the video. The way the algorithm kind of works is basically it's going to take your video and show it to about 1,000 people off the bat. And essentially, depending on how those people interact with your video, will tell the algorithm what to do next. If basically people watch your video for 5 seconds and then click out of your video, then the algorithm will reduce the number of times that it gives impressions or shows it, your video to other people. And essentially, the algorithm doesn't care about your video. The algorithm, like your specific video, the algorithm doesn't care about you specifically. The algorithm only cares about how people respond to the video that you put out. It doesn't watch your video. It doesn't keep track of basically who you are. All it does is it just keeps track of how people respond to your video, and that is the simplest point of YouTube that I don't know. I guess people don't understand or don't get. But sweet tea time, and it's about to be cigarette time again. That's the point I think a lot of people don't understand about the algorithm is they don't care. The algorithm doesn't care about your video. It doesn't care about you. That sounds mean to say it like that, but it doesn't. It doesn't care about who you are. Basically, the only thing the algorithm cares about is how people respond to your video. So, number one, you have to get people to click your video. And if you saw my last video, I did not put a whole lot of effort into the title and thumbnail because honestly, I really don't care. And if this one does well, then that's great too. But basically, you have to give a title and thumbnail that people want to click. But once they're in there, the algorithm is going to really start keeping track of the behavior of the people that are inside your video and watching your video. The biggest number one thing is how soon do they leave? That's the biggest number one thing the algorithm wants to know is how soon are people going to leave your video, usually by a percentage of the video. If you have a 30-second video, in this case, we're not talking about shorts, but let's just say you have a long form video, which is your standard 16 by 9 full screen video as opposed to like a YouTube short. If you have something like that and it's only 30 seconds long and people watch 25 seconds of it, then you have whatever the math is on that, 90, 95. I'm not doing math off the top of my head, but you have that percentage of your video being viewed, and that's a good thing for YouTube. YouTube likes that. On the flip side, if you have a 3-minute long video, which is about average 3 to 5 minute long video, used to be average. It's actually going up to about 10 to 15 to 20 minutes long now along these days. But if you have a video that's 3 to 5 minutes long and people leave after 30 seconds, then the algorithm is going to say that's not a good video. People don't like watching that video and they're going to leave. And then the algorithm is going to say the video is not good. So a double bonus for you is if you have a video that is longer, say 5 to 10, 15 minutes long, and people watch greater than 30 to 40% of it, then that's a really good indicator for YouTube's algorithm. Number one, it shows them that I can't talk, bro. You know what I think? I think it's cigarette time. All right, hold on a second. All right, cigarette time again. So a double bonus for you is that if the video is 3 to 5, 10 minutes long, and you get people to watch 30 to 40% of it, then you're proving to the algorithm that you can create a decent amount of content that people will want to watch. And YouTube loves that. Why? Again, because YouTube is an advertisement machine. And so if they see that you're a content creator and your content actually pulls people in and keeps them engaged for, 30 to 40, 50% of your video that is 5 to 10 minutes long, that's a perfect gold mine for them into selling more ads. Basically, the longer that you can keep people on the platform and engaged, the more times that YouTube's algorithm is going to send that video out to more people. And if those new people, the new audience that it sends it to, also react the same with that high, what they call retention rate, then it's going to send it to even more people. As long as you're holding over 30 to 40% of your people and people are clicking on your video, it's going to keep giving your video to more and more people. And of course, the way that works is it shows up in people's home feed as they scroll on a specific topic, which may include your niche. Then it will pop that video up as a suggested video. And it'll keep doing that for more and more people as long as those people that click on it continue to watch. It sounds, I guess, maybe kind of complicated, but it's really not. It's pretty simple. So what's the next topic we want to talk about on that? One thing to keep in mind is that videos, once you monetize, which of course is going to be 1,000 hours, it's going to be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours is when you can apply for monetization, full monetization. Once you get to that point, any video over 8 minutes can have what they call mid-roll ads. So you can add more advertisements in the middle of your video. So you might as well go ahead and practice on making longer videos anyway. Just make sure they're entertaining. You don't want to put more content in there that's not necessary for people before they click out. That would be detrimental to your cause. So you know what? There's so much to talk about on this RPM and CPM and making money on YouTube. I'm actually going to go ahead and save it for another video. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out here because I don't want to drag this on for half an hour. But go ahead and check back on the next video because it actually gets pretty interesting when you start to get into the dollar amounts that people start to make. Eventually, we're going to get into some stuff where we're doing some more cooler productions. But for now, let's just talk about money and YouTube money because it's fun. All right, we'll see you guys next time.